Hello everyone, this is Mumbo and welcome back to another episode on the Hermitcraft server. It's episode 75, and today I'm going to be taking on something that you guys have been suggesting down in the comment section for probably the past couple weeks. Ever since we started doing the aquarium and I said that I was going to be chucking guardians into this thing, you have been telling me that I need to have some squid in here. Now, I originally didn't think it was possible, and to be honest, I'm still not 100% certain if it is going to be possible, but I feel like this area here is perfect for some squid. I'm going to grab my name tags, and I'm going to grab some signs, and we're going to see if we can pull this off. I don't even need to repair something. I just know that there's a bunch of guardians here. And eventually... oh, there it was. The most satisfying thing in Minecraft. One full stack of levels, too. Oh, the dogs. Okay, I've been told... ah! That was easy! I have a dog! I got a pupper! A little doggo! What do I do with him? Get another dog, that's what! Now I've got 2 buds. We're gonna take on some serious enemies. This is great news. I didn't come all the way out here to get dogs, by the way. I came out here to get wood so that we can make all the signs. I just happened to have 2 bones on me, and you guys told me exactly how to tame them, and now we have some friends. I asked Twitter what I should call my dogs, and ZloyXP, the owner of the Hermit Recap channel, suggested that I should call them Subscribe and leave a like. I personally really like those names. I think they're perfect. Yeah, absolutely perfect. Right, now I have to go and find them. I think I might have lost my dogs. So, the plan is, I'm going to create a hole in the bottom of the ocean above this tank right here, and then we're going to place signs above that hole, meaning that any squid that swim down towards the bottom of the ocean will fall through my signs and fall into this tank here, and then we have to wait for them and then give them a name. There is a chance. Big chance, huge chance that this is a terrible idea that won't work, but I thought it'd be worth giving a go. Okay, I would say we are just about done on our underwater hole. I think maybe these extra blocks could probably be taken out. In fact, we could probably push back a few extra blocks in this direction, but this is what we have so far. Not too bad considering I've been doing all of it underwater with absolutely no depth strider or anything, being pushed around everywhere. This is going well. Except I haven't seen any squids, like, anywhere near it. So that's the easy part done. Now it is time to try and stack up these signs. Oh, gosh. This is going to be a bit of a challenge to do. I'm gonna have to really up my space and shift game. Ugh. I so wish I had depth strider at this point in time. We might be about to accidentally catch a squid. No? Can I maybe nudge him towards where there's no water? Oh, if we had the signs in, he would totally fall in. Okay, that means this thing's actually gonna work. Hilariously, we're actually gonna start capturing some squid. We actually already have our first squid down in the chamber. He's not gonna stay in the chamber. I highly doubt he's gonna stay in the chamber, but he's there. This is gonna be great. Just fishing for squid. Now I think this just about does it. All those signs are now in place, and we have just blocked off all the water. So now we wait. We wait and see if any squid decide to travel down here. So after a lot more time waiting around for these squid to fall into the hole, I think I came up with the issue. And now this new technique is at least bringing them closer. Essentially, I was too far away for them to move, so they would just spawn and sit where they are. Now that I'm actually in the ocean, they're a little bit more active and maybe, just maybe, a little bit more likely to go in the hole. I'm also trying to nudge them, but that doesn't seem to work. However, this dude, come on, just go down. It's lovely down there, it really is. Captivity forever. What's wrong with that? Why would you not want to be there? I've made an assumption that perhaps I shouldn't have made, and that is that leads don't work on squid. I mean, I'm assuming they don't. Okay, I'm just going to come out and say it. I'm assuming they don't. But if they do, that is going to make life significantly easier. Right, let's see. Let's see. They do! I can unleash a squid. I did not know that. I mean, I'm assuming it works. That we can pull him along. Or do they not care? It doesn't feel like they care. I don't think I've leashed him at all. I think he's just, he's free to do whatever he wants. Come on. Just come through the hole. The fact that my lead is totally defying physics at this point in time kind of proves the point that squids really couldn't care less about being attached to leads. Oh, we're gonna have to continue the waiting game then. Go on! You're so almost there! Oh, come on, please. I've been here for like an hour. I've just been stood there for an hour, waiting for a moment like this. Just drop. Just no. Come on. Yes? We got the first squid. He's in. Yes! We have a squid in the system. We actually got one. We have a squid. Yes! It's been ages again. We got one really close encounter, and he was on top of the signs, and I even did like a last ditch effort punch to get him down into the water, and it didn't work, and he swam away as if he knew where he needed to go. Oh, it's painful. I've been doing this for a good few hours now. This guy came pretty close, but then swam away. He does seem to be making a bit of a comeback. I did attach a lead to him for no reason, so maybe we might be able to push him in, but I'm not holding out too much hope. I've had way too many close calls over the past few hours. Oh, one just fell! No! Do not die! Do not die! Do not die, please! What just happened there? He's still there! He's still there! He's still there! I'm sad. For the time being, I give up. I have used up all of my available Hermitcraft recording time today, just sat there waiting. I was doing some video editing on the other screen, but I was waiting for Squid. I thought I would get more than this. So I'm going to AFK overnight, do some more fishing so we can get some more name tags, and then hopefully tomorrow we have a better day. I've just had a genius idea. Oh, by the way, yeah, we did some AFK fishing. I'm sure we have some drops, but I've had such a good idea. Now let's see. Okay, that's not so good. Have we latched onto the mob? Squid, don't care about... I mean, this seems wrong. I can catch every other mob. Oh! I can kind of grab him. But not really. Ah... I just want one more squid. Guys, I came up with a good idea. I've caught a squid in a minecart. That's perfect. So now we just have to nudge him along like this. It's going to be a bit of a slow process, but we can do it, and we can push him through the hole and get him straight into the chamber. Let's get him renamed. Yes! When I said it was going to be slow, I didn't quite realise it was going to be this slow. We caught him on the wrong side of the base as well, so this is a bit of a trek. Can I get him down there before I die? He's gone under a light. I really hope there isn't any blocks under this. Come on. And there we go. Slam dunked. All right. Phew. So we're going to take a little break from mob catching for the time being, and we are going to do some serious work on the other parts of our base. So that should now be flowing in, and we don't have any coal in these furnaces, do we? Okay. Thankfully, we have a decent quantity of coal ore from mining out the area for the aquarium. I don't know if it's quite going to be enough, but it's definitely going to help. I'm glad to see this thing is back up and running. We are getting vast quantities of glass really quite quickly. There's one output chest, and this is the other. Smashing. While we wait for all of that glass to smelt, I thought it would probably be a good idea to actually get myself some boots. So we've got protection 3. If we put that on there, then we'll have protection 3 and mending. And then we will have Depth Strider 3, that's very important. That will take us up to Protection 4. And then we need Feather Falling. We don't have any Feather Falling 4 books in the system, and we don't have any villagers for it either. Oh, how frustrating. We're gonna have to forget the Feather Falling for the time being, because we've got other projects that we need to work on, namely getting lots and lots of light blue dye so that we can get lots and lots of light blue glass so that we can do the other 2 areas of the base. I want to get all of those filled in today's Hermitcraft episode. So, here we go again. I have got 1 full inventory of glass on me right now, and I imagine that isn't going to be enough. Definitely not going to be enough to do both. Probably not enough to do 1. In fact, definitely not enough to do 1. I seem to remember it required like 3 full inventories. We might actually have to do some sand mining here. And we are out of glass entirely. 1 full inventory done. It doesn't even look like a full inventory. How does that look like a full inventory of glass? I think, if anything, that gives you a rough idea of how big this base is. Sometimes it can be quite difficult to tell just how huge this area actually is. That is 1 full inventory there. So I guess we are going to have to go on a serious sand mining project, because I have used all 100,000 pieces of sand that we had from clearing out that area to do all the glass in the base. Yeah, let's head off. I am more than ready. I've got my shovel, I have got spare shovels, I've got an anvil so that I can repair my shovel, and I have got 6 shulker boxes, 6 shulker boxes, that's a difficult thing to say, so that I can fill them up with sand, and also my full inventory. Let's do this. So in today's super fast time-lapse chat, I want to run through all of the audiobooks that I've listened to over the past month and a half, because as you guys know, I listen to them while I'm making these videos, and I've listened to some really, really interesting ones, so I'm just going to try my best to list all of them off. So first off is Forces of Nature by Professor Brian Cox, all about planet Earth. We've got Quantum, A Guide for the Perplexed, which was... yeah, it's all about quantum mechanics, and it kind of all went over my head, so I'm probably going to have to re-listen to that one. We've got Astrophysics for People in a Hurry by DeGrasse Tyson, which was really, really short and concise, and obviously brilliantly narrated by DeGrasse Tyson himself. We've got Narconomics, How to Run a Drug Cartel by Tom Wainwright, all about the economics of drug cartels and actually how they function as businesses. I'm not planning on starting a drug cartel, but it was interesting to know how they actually work as an entity. Then we've got Greatest Story Ever Told So Far by Lawrence M Krauss, all about the origins of the universe. Chasing the Scream by Johann Hari, all about the drug war. We've got The Butterfly Effect with Jon Ronson. We also have The Psychopath Test by Jon Ronson, which is all about psychopaths and how you can tell someone's a psychopath and different tests that they do and the tendencies of psychopaths. We've got So You've Been Publicly Shamed by Jon Ronson, which is about people who have said or done stupid things kind of semi in the public eye, for example, like tweeting out something stupid, and then how the public reacts to it, and how like the Twitter mob forms and internet goes completely crazy and blasts them for ages, and how it affects them in the long run, things like losing jobs and not being able to get employment and things like that. And then most recently, The Men Who Stare at Goats by Jon Ronson. I've been on a bit of a Jon Ronson binge lately, but The Men Who Stare at Goats, recently made into a film, is all about the PSYOPs division of the American military and how they were training people to kill things by staring at them and go invisible and walk through walls and everything like that. Super interesting and also super crazy. So those are all the books. I'll list them all down in the description. And as I've mentioned previously before, if you use Audible, if you go through Audible through my link, then you'll get a free book. And also it helps out the channel as well, which is much appreciated. Anyway, let's pop back onto the Hermitcraft server. Sadly, I ran out of memory during that time lapse, but we have got all of the shulker boxes. They're all filled to the brim with sand. That's all 6 of them, and we also have all of the sand in our inventory as well. I'm actually going to leave this behind, so if we come back in the future, we'll be able to use it. But let's go back to the base. So in goes all of that. That's 1 set, and in goes the other 2 sets as well. Now hopefully this should do us for a little while, or at least the other 2 platforms. I'll be honest, I can't remember where I put all my light blue dye. We had tons of the stuff, and I have no clue where I've put it. This is becoming a problem. I'm losing stuff everywhere. An update on the super smelter. We have now fully run out of coal once again, so we're going to have to sort out that issue, but in terms of actually placing in all the glass, we're doing a pretty good job. We have probably about 3/4 coverage now, so we should be able to do this one just about. Finally, we are almost done. Get out the way, Mr. Squid. I've had enough of you today. Right, let's go like this, and that should just about round things up. We have got one very big light blue glass platform. You guys have seen these before. Obviously, we have the other two in the base, and that is it, finished. Small amount of land had to be displaced to make way for it, but that is good. That is now ready for some farms once we get rid of all of the water. Okay, next thing that we have to do is we have to kind of observe our glass situation. So this is all we've got. All of these furnaces are filled to the brim with sand, but none of them have any coal in them. You know what, I think it might be time to head off to the wither skeleton farm and see if we can farm some wither skeletons to get ourselves a bunch of coal. And here it is. This place is monstrous. I say this every single time that I'm here. It is a fantastic farm built by Impulse and Tango, designed specifically to get wither skeletons into the center and for us to be able to kill them. I have broken it once and I did have to rebuild it. Hopefully that doesn't happen again. By the look of things, there are now fail-safes, so we should be okay. It is incredibly laggy though, but really fun to use. I mean, how often do you get to kill off wither skeletons this frequently? Let's see if we get any wither skulls. No. No. One wither skull. Played the little tune and everything. Not only do we now have a whole bunch of coal, but we also have 6 wither skeleton skulls, which is enough to make 2 withers, which is enough to make 2 beacons. Now, just to triple check, just to triple, quadruple, pentuple, octagal check, that's hard, I doubt that's a word, but I want to make sure that this thing is turned off because I do not want to rebuild those flying machines. So these things are all done. Let's just quickly double check. Oh, it looks like there is actually more glass in here. So if you flick these levers, then that will allow it to drop down into the system. But I have got 1 full inventory on me right now. And we have got another whole batch inside this double chest right here. Okay, that's all good. Now I'm going to chuck this in here for the time being because we have got yet more sand, even more sand than I was expecting, to put inside these chests. But while this stuff is smelting, I'm actually going to start work on the other section of the base. Oh, that's where I put all my blue dye. I actually left all of my blue dye over at the blue dye. Sometimes I worry about myself. Why would I? So Xisuma Void has got himself curious, and he has discovered some TNT there. And he wants to see what happens when he flicks the lever. I mean, I'm assuming we all know what's gonna happen. I'm kind of worried for him. It's just gonna blow up. There was a lot more TNT there than I think all of us were expecting. Wow, that was I don't know if that was intelligent or not. That is brilliant. Anyway, following that slightly explosive event there, just Xisuma put in a message in the chat saying that there was some TNT and he kind of wanted to know what happens when he flicks the lever. So I thought it would be worth observing. Anyway, I think it's about time that we get this place filled in. And you know what? I think I'm going to do it in the form of a third-person time-lapse. Hopefully this is nice and quick now that we actually have all of the glass. In this tiny time-lapse chat, I'm gonna throw something out there, okay? I've been doing some thinking, because I really haven't. This was just an idea that like came up a couple days ago, and I've kind of been milling it over in my head, and I'm not 100% certain if it's gonna happen. In fact, I'm very not 100% certain that this is going to happen, but it's something that potentially could be interesting, maybe, to at least give it a try. What I was thinking is because, of course, I still don't have videos on Mondays. I have videos 6 days a week. I skip Mondays. One thing that I could do on the Monday, I don't think I've got enough room in my schedule to add in like an extra proper video. I'm pretty tight as it is. But I was thinking potentially an almost podcast style episode. Now, I'm very uncreative, so I was going to call it the Minecast, where I would literally do like a 1 hour mining session, or like an hour and a half mining session, just me gathering resources or doing something boring on the screen. But it wouldn't really be about what's happening on the screen, because it would be about me just chatting over the top of it. And it would go for like an hour, and it would just be essentially a really long time-lapse chat, where I chat about all the different things, different topics and everything like that. Maybe occasionally I'd get guests on there, and it would essentially function as a podcast. When I say it out loud, it actually sounds like a better idea than maybe it did in my head. I don't know if it's something that you would be interested in. Let me know down in the comments section. I'd love to hear your opinions on this one. I can't wait to hear the feedback. Give me some pointers as to what I could do well with it and how you would like it to go. But yeah, that's kind of the idea. It's now out there. It's in the open. I can't take it back. It's a big moment. Anyway, let's get back onto the Hermitcraft server. So we go. Both of them are now completed. This one is now done, and that one that we did earlier, which is off in the render distance, has also been completed as well. So we've got glass in all of the bottoms of every single one of the diamonds in my base, and that means that in the near future, we're going to have to clear out all of the water. Now, the good thing about this one was we didn't actually have to do much digging. There was a tiny bit of digging, but there wasn't too much land, whereas the one that we did earlier on in the episode, that had a huge land mass going right the way up through the center. You can see it right there, so you had to kind of take out a small mountain there. But all good. We have made some progress today. We have managed to do some work on the base, and also we have managed to get some squid to drop down into the system. I wonder if I just go past. No, absolutely no squid there. But my 2 squid do still seem to be in the chamber, which is always nice to see. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I hope that you enjoyed this episode of Hermitcraft. If you did, please sure to hit that like button. And if you really loved it, then make sure to subscribe. But thanks for watching, guys. This has been Mumbo, and I'm out. I'll see you later. And as per usual, check out the latest film on the filming channel. New video released just yesterday. Yeah, yesterday. It's a really good one. I hope you enjoy it.